What's up, everybody? James Duggan with IGN at BlizzCon 2017. Joining me is Joshua Gale. Now, we just got out of the keynote, or the opening ceremony, and there was this incredibly emotional CG short, as there often is, of Reinhardt, a young Reinhardt who has yet to have that scar carved down his face. We see his mentor. We see the defense of Eichenwald to tell us this story, and you can see what happens to all of them. Watch it for yourself. It's wonderful. But I think we all were wondering the same question. Where is the feature-length Overwatch film? So you are our entertainment expert. Tell us, what are the factors at play here?
So last year at BlizzCon, they announced the formation of Blizzard Activision Studios, which was with the goal was to make all of the franchises that we love in Blizzard and turn them into TV shows and movies and stuff. And they announced that, they're like, oh, we're going to make a Call of Duty live-action movie cinematic universe, kind of following in Marvel's footsteps there. And then also a Skylanders Academy animated TV show that actually just got its second season on Netflix in October. So they are doing stuff, they're working on stuff. But yeah, when we see these awesome cinematics, and that we have seen Blizzard do for so long, like I can even think of like the one
15 years back,
yeah,
Warcraft 3.
Like in Warcraft 3, all those cinematics of like
Diablo 2, man.
Yes,
so far back.
Yeah, like Hellscreme, like dying and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
spoilers.
god. Yes. Oh, sorry for the 15-year-old game. But yeah, so it's like, why is Blizzard not doing a Overwatch animated film?
Yeah, I think the thing that I hear when I ask people that question is the assumption that, look, it's going to cost way too much money. These are multi-million-dollar animations and they're lasting 2 minutes. So a feature-length film is just never going to make its money back. Do you think there is some validity to that? Or is that a weird argument?
I don't think that's the issue, because they do spend a lot of time and a lot of money on these cinematics, because they're essentially glorified commercials for the game. They dig their hooks in you emotionally, and they like establish sort of like, they tease like a power fantasy that you'll get to fill out in the game, which they do awesome. And I'm always pumped. Like, I wanted to log on to Reinhardt immediately, right?
And unlock that skin that is obviously in the works.
Yes. But I think if you were to have an actual studio like they do now, it's their full-time job to do that. You would have the funding and the personnel to do that in a reasonable amount of time. So that's not the reason. I couldn't really tell you what it is. Maybe it's in the works, because they do have this studio, and a lot of their projects are under lock and key. We don't know if they're going to be. Maybe we'll hear something next year. But
sure.
I look at YouTube, and I counted, there's over 85 million views across these shorts. They've done 8 shorts now. I'm sure that with the Reinhardt one, we'll add a few million more on top of that. But Overwatch is so popular right now.
Yeah.
I just don't see why they wouldn't strike while the turret is hot, like Torbjorn, and capitalize on it. And I know they were burned by the Warcraft movie. If you liked it, awesome. I'm so happy you did. I didn't think it was that great.
So yeah, that's the other big thing that we're now talking about here is the Warcraft film, and I think the other philosophy at play here is, well, they tried and they failed, and they're not going to do it again.
Yeah.
Do you think that is accurate, and this Blizzard Activision Studios is slowly ramping down, or do you think that was just a first attempt that they did with Legendary, right?
Yeah,
so
they made
that's
that movie
not indicative of the future of the cinematic universe.
They made that movie with Legendary, but I have to wonder what they could do if they're like, these cinematics that we're doing, they're so well received. People liken them to like Pixar and DreamWorks, where they're really emotional and fun, full of character and life. So I think, why not just, stick to your strengths, right? Like, do what you're really good at, which is animation. The best part of the Warcraft movie for me was the orcs and their storylines. And even though that was motion capture, not the exact same thing as animation, it was still in that vein where they're in more control. So I feel like animation is the way to go, and I do think that they could do an Overwatch movie. And I know sort of the dream when you get an adaptation to a movie, you want it to be the big live action thing, but I think there's nothing wrong with doing like what DC Comics does with their movies. Of course, they're struggling with the live action movies, except for Wonder Woman.
Sure.
But they have a massive library of really, really awesome animated movies. Batman Under the Red Hood, Mask of the Phantasm, Justice League Dark, Assault on Arkham, which was a Suicide Squad movie. All those are amazing, some of the best movies you can find for DC, and they have this massive animated library. You could put that on Amazon, you could put that on Netflix, you could host it yourself, whatever you want. So I do think there would be a great opportunity, desire for this product, and I feel like they should do it while Overwatch is so obscenely popular. Last time I checked, 35 million people had bought the game.
All right, Joshua, I really have to agree with you on a lot of those points, and I think the biggest testament to the idea that people would go and pay money to see an Overwatch film is the fact that we're here at BlizzCon, where 30,000 people have paid many hundreds of dollars to be here and experience this. So I want to know from you, would you go out and pay money to see a full-length Overwatch animated film? Let me know in the comments, and for all things BlizzCon, you're already in the right place at IGN.